In the GOP debate this last week, the candidates were asked about their stances on marijuana legalization at the state level. Senator Rand Paul responded by pointing out the racist nature of the war on drugs, and then this happened.
I want to give the person that you called a hypocrite an opportunity to respond. Do you want to identify that person?
Well, I think if we left it open, we could see how many people smoked pot in high school.
Is there somebody you were specifically thinking of?
Well, you know, the thing is...
He was talking about me.
Yeah, I was talking
That's
about...
That's what I thought, but I wanted him to say it.
I wanted to make it easier for him, and I just did.
Governor Bush, please.
So 40 years ago, I smoked marijuana, and I admit it. I'm sure that other people might have done it and may not want to say it in front of 25 million people. My mom's not happy that I just did.
So Josh Pearson over on Huffington Post sort of set this up with just a great headline, you know, essentially asking, okay, we've got Barack Obama smoked pot. Before him, George W. Bush smoked pot. Before him, Bill Clinton smoked pot. Maybe he didn't inhale, but, you know, he smoked pot.
He ate brownies.
Yeah, there you go. Is marijuana now the gateway drug to becoming president?
Somebody's got to ask.
Sure looks like it.
Somebody's got to ask all the current Democratic nominees.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's asked Hillary or Bernie.
Clinton, do we know? Bernie, I think
I should have asked Martin O'Malley.
Yeah, I should have asked Martin O'Malley.
Well, prohibition's never worked. It didn't work in the 20s. It's not working today. And what's sad about this, and the fact that they're even having an argument about it, is we have so many lives ruined by ridiculous drug laws. When you are charged with a felony, your life as a law-abiding citizen is essentially over. You can't get a job. There's nowhere to work. You know, so you're forced back into the street, and we have this crazy recidivism rate because of bad drug laws, particularly on marijuana
and
or pot.
It's worth noting that that's what Rand Paul was talking about.
Well, that's
and
right.
He deserves credit
does.
for specifically speaking out about the racial component of drug laws in this country.
And the class component.
I find it astonishing that the last 3 presidents have all admitted to smoking marijuana, and yet all 3 of them allowed people to rot in prison for, in many cases, very small amounts of marijuana. I mean, we're talking hundreds of thousands of people over the last 3 presidencies, you know, the last, what is that, 24 years? That's an astonishing thing that at the very top, I mean, talk about hypocrisy at a national level.
That's right.
The President of the United States, yeah, I smoke pot. Oh, that guy, you know, that 300,000 people in prison who are there for smoking pot, no, leave them there.
Well, you know, when the Pope's going to be in Cuba, they're letting out thousands of prisoners. So maybe this is the time for Obama to let out thousands of prisoners.
A jubilee.
Yeah.
A jubilee.
Yeah. Jubilee.
But, you know, seriously, in the minute and a half or so we have left here, what do you all think are the possibilities of changes in policy? It seems to me like we're getting awful close.
Yes, I think we are. I think we definitely are. I mean, it's, you know, legalization of recreational use for marijuana in Colorado has produced a huge surplus, so much more.
And we have nationally 50% of Americans support recreational pot, 80% support medical
and there's
pot.
still challenges. There was actually a story on NPR just today about how Colorado is suffering with tourist comes in, they have no idea where to smoke pot and where they're allowed to do it. What's great is the laboratories of democracy are testing this. It's working, and now we have an obligation at a national level to push forward and make sure that
And in the nation's capital, what an amazing thing. I mean, we have legalized marijuana right here in the nation's capital, and I think this is just a great example for the country.
You can go home tonight and smoke some pot. I mean, it's really...
If you can buy it.
Well,
that's... You can find it, that's the problem.
You can grow it.
You can grow it. You can grow it.
You can grow it, or if you know anybody who has a medical marijuana card, I guess they can share it with you. I don't know all the details of the legality of it, but and we'll.
There was a contest last weekend in D.C. for the best buds.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's one thing is worth noting before we go is that while we've legalized it here, Congress has been getting in the way every step of the way of this process.
Especially
and that's why we can't. There's no sale.
That bozo Andy Harris from Maryland, I guess it is. Yeah. Medea Benjamin, Stuart Acuff, Neil Soroka. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.